And now let's tell you that the Nigerian Senate has summoned service chiefs and other heads of security agencies for a closed-door interactive session over brutal killings in Plateau State. The Senate's resolution followed a motion of public importance moved by Senator Dickett Plank, representing Plateau Central Senatorial District. National Assembly correspondent TVC News reports.
Of order, Senator representing Plateau Central draws the attention of the Senate to the recent attack on residents of Plateau State in the early hours of Christmas Eve. The lawmakers recounts with deep sadness the incessant attacks on his people, describing it as one death too many. Other lawmakers joined in the condemnation of these killings in Plateau State.
Most of them have also lost their means of livelihood and living in fear of unescapable penury. What was discovered, that these marauding bandits are not moving with weapons. Those weapons were actually domiciled in some certain locations. All they do is to come and pick them.
If we created the Northeast Development Commission, we are now about creating the Southeast Development Commission. If we want to address the issues of insecurity in the North Central and part of the North, then we must also go to look at the possibility of creating a North Central Development Commission.
If there is only one thing this administration will do differently from the previous administration, one will score the Tinubu administration 100%. I think there is need for us as a nation to carry out a national security summit.
As part of its resolutions, the Senate summoned service chiefs and other heads of security agencies for a closed-door interactive session to get first-hand briefings on this avoidable tragedy and also find out what measures have been put in place to prevent a reoccurrence.
Honorable Naba will ever be remembered for his forthrightness, for his dogged fight for separation of powers between the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And he stood firm on that throughout his tenure.
The Senate observed a minute of silence for victims of the deadly attacks. The Senate also mourns the death of former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gali Naaba, and Rotimi Akeredolu. There was also a minute of silence to honor the fallen countrymen. Now that the Senate has attended to all matters that needs its attention, it is time to wind down for the year. Plenary has been adjourned to the 23rd of January to allow lawmakers go home to celebrate the new year with friends, families, and constituents. TVC News, Abuja.
In the meantime, Christian and Muslim women from the 17 council areas of the state came out in their numbers to pray and seek divine intervention following the persistent invasion of communities by the gunmen. Funom Joshua has the details.
Seated in this hall are women from the Christian and Muslim faith across the 17 council areas of Plateau State. They have gathered here with one mission and purpose, which is to pray for divine intervention in seeking an end to the killings. The recent killings of more than 200 people, including women and children, across 3 council areas on the eve of Christmas necessitated the gathering, which is first of its kind in the state.
We deem it fit that we come together as Muslim women and Christian women to unite so that we can fight that issue of religious discrimination in Nigeria and also on the plateau.
You can see women from different tribes, Christians and Muslims. In spite of what is happening, in spite of the pain, in spite of the sorrow, we have decided that we'll come together.
So we pray that they would listen to us through our prayers, through our admonitions, for a lasting peace on the plateau and in Nigeria.
If you look at the gathering today, the Muslim women and the Christian women on the plateau are out to tell the world that we are tired of this civil crisis on the plateau.
In a related development, the leadership of the Plateau State House of Assembly and that of the local government chairman have condemned the invasion in some communities in the state. In a separate chat with journalists, They want security operatives to put in place swift measures to avert further reoccurrence of such dastardly acts in the state.
The House is therefore appealing to the Plateau State government and the Renew Hope agenda of the Federal Republic not to relent in their effort towards ensuring that normalcy return to the affected communities.
We are going to further acknowledge the effort of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCON, the President of Nigeria, for supporting the Nigerian Army in maintaining security through the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurik Lagbaja.
With the President Bola Tinubu's directive to security operatives to stop the killings, it is expected that such attacks and gruesome murder of locals would no longer be tolerated. From Joshua, TVC News, Jos.